I'm tired of all these name brand big corporation computer parts. I'm ready to give the underdogs a chance.
The likes of Van Dossi and Wanzai and a bunch of different names are here to build the most generic gaming PC possible using all parts from Amazon. How does this stand against the big corporations? We're gonna build this PC and find out after word from today's sponsor. Heck yeah.
Listen, building a gaming PC is only part of the process. Once you finish planning your perfect gaming PC build to get the best price performance, you need to make sure to install and activate Windows 11 with today's video sponsor, GVG Mall. Use our link in the description down below to find the Windows 11 key, use code TB20 on checkout to save even more money, upping your price to performance game. Then you'll get a copy of the key sent straight to you. Take that key, throw it into a Windows 11 PC of your choice during the install process or after the install is done, and boom, you now have an activated Windows 11 with access of all the features it has to offer. Use our link down below and use code TB20 on checkout and you'll save some money on your Windows activation. Big thanks again to GVG Mall for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to the video, shall we?
So have you guys seen our video where we tested a bunch of no-name brand graphics cards? This graphics card, the Van Dossi 5700 XT, ended up winning in terms of price to performance. So we thought we should take this no-name brand graphics card and build a no-name brand gaming PC using a bunch of other stuff from Amazon, and we spent 591 schmeckles on this gaming PC. Let's go and go over each part, what it looks like, give our live reactions, and then we're gonna build it to see, will it work? Because the power supply is one of those that's gonna keep you very excited. Now, the one thing that I do have to get out of the way, the most boring part, is there's no generic CPUs. Really, there isn't. This is a 14 Gen i3, the 14100F. You talk about that CPU. We paid a grand total of 90 bucks for it.
90 bucks is so solid for the CPU that has Gen 4 support. It's 4-core 8-thread. Comes with actually a decent stock cooler, decent for this CPU. You shouldn't have much to say about it. I mean, it's a great price to performance CPU.
So now we got the corporates out of the way, let's go down to the really cool brands. This right here is Wanzai. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, I think it's Wanzai.
Wanzai.
Oh no, it's two N's. Yeah, Huanenzai.
Huanenzai. We might be doing a horrible job pronouncing that, but this is a B660 motherboard, specifically the B660D4 that you can pick up for $79 on Amazon. Has an average star rating of 3.5 stars, and this is a brand that we normally see a lot with those CPU motherboard combos on AliExpress, but apparently somebody is drop shipping these or selling them directly on Amazon, because it was with Prime shipping, so they were here in the US. This wasn't like an AliExpress through Amazon situation.
So Bezos has gotten his hands on the Huanenzai.
Oh, look at this. Why does it look like Gigabyte's like ultra durable? It's ultra reliable.
Ultra reliable.
Yo.
That's something. All right. So I mean, the box looks fairly. Oh gosh.
Oh wow.
So it's DDR4 because this is you know, a 12 through 14 gen. So you get to choose. Has M.2s. It has an Intel LGA 1700 socket and it supports Windows 10 and 11. What more do you need to know?
See if this board looks any decent. I mean, $79. I mean, these beats. Oh.
Jonah got a hold of this.
Oh, what the? It looked sealed, so I don't know why that. Okay, I'm already scared. It's either gonna be DOA out of the box or it's gonna work. It probably lasts a really long time. That's normally what we see with these no-name brand motherboards, but everything looks fine.
Hey, look, it's PCIe 5.0.
I like how it's metal.
Yeah, no,
metal reinforced.
Reinforced. I mean, that's you don't normally get that on like these cheaper boards. We have two M.2s too, so and they're both Gen 4, so it's pretty cool.
So for the RAM, we got the Acclimator Premium High Performance Memory Module, dual channel.
Acclimator.
You're gonna get acclimated?
I feel like I've seen this brand on Amazon before, but obviously never bought it.
So it's 32 gigs. We have 3200 megahertz DDR4 for $47.99.
And it's white.
And it's white.
It's so small.
Now, I'll say RAM manufacturers, there are so many RAM manufacturers. And realistically, what manufacturers they need to do, they just buy the chips and then slap on a heatsink and there you go, they sell RAM.
Yeah, a lot of times, like, I don't want to break it, but if we remove the heatsink, a lot of times it'll be like SK Hynix or Samsung or one of the name, like Micron, it'll be a name brand chipset.
And if you want to know which color we got, Johnny, can you say what that says?
Gaming Whitell.
Whitell.
It is the Gaming Whitell RAM. So
cool.
We're off to a great start with the naming schemes here, but 32 gigs. I mean, that is pretty average price for 32 gigs DDR4, but we got 32 gigs to populate both of our RAM slots here. Now we got to get some storage here, which this is, let me see if I'll make sure I say this name right because it might come out wrong. This is the FickWalt FX991 1TB Gen 4 NVMe SSD. This one's very highly rated, by the way. It has over 1,200 reviews on Amazon, 4.6 stars, and it's $64.
I mean, honestly, the pricing is like very normal, like very average. It's not any cheaper.
But yeah, the brand name's FIKWOT.
I saw EU and I was like, is this made in like
Made in the EU. Is this one of those that comes with a screwdriver?
It does. It comes with a screwdriver and the M.2 screw, so everything we need.
What is that other brand that we always use? There was one that always comes with a screwdriver. The budget one we like a lot. The weird. It's all King spec comes with it, yeah. But hey, I mean, again, it's one of those, if it works, it works. Normally, again, it comes from the same manufacturing plant, just a different brand label on it.
It actually has, I think there's a heat sink on the other, like, not like a heat sink, but like, you know how Team Root is the Cardea?
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like the aluminum?
Nice.
Yeah, it's actually like an aluminum or some type of composite, so it actually is like a heat spreader on there.
Something to keep things cool. That's pretty cool. Now, we will save the time on the unboxing because we highly suggest you should watch the video on this to get a more accurate representation of all the GPUs you can get on Amazon, because there are a lot of them. But this is the Vandossi 5700 XT. We'll have some benchmarks on screen here from the video that we did, but we definitely recommend watching that video. This card was $200. Pretty expensive for a 5700 XT, but in terms of the no-name brands that you can get on Amazon, this one was the best price performance with our 3D Mark test. You can also get those 580s or 590s, but we wanted something newer for this build, and I think this will be an interesting combo if it works out. And lastly, this is where things get a little bit scary, and I just want to tell you guys at home, when we sell this thing eventually at PCBros.tech, it'll have a different power supply, I promise you. It's gonna be one that you all might also hate, but maybe hate a little bit less, a Seagate power supply. But we'll go ahead and grab ourselves the ES Gaming 600 watt power supply. This is a 600 watt power supply.
Oh, okay, it's not as light as that was gonna be.
This thing was $33. It is 80 plus nothing. And it is maybe a bomb, we don't know. 4.1 stars, 70 ratings, and a lot of people said that it dies after 6 months.
Okay. Yeah, it definitely, it looks cheap. I noticed that the 12 volt rail does not get the full, we don't get the full wattage at the 24 pin.
It's like weirdly shaped.
It feels long.
It feels very long, doesn't it?
Yeah, but
and it's the most blank thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, see, like 540 watts combined.
Kylan Tech.
So it is kind of split up a little bit. Yeah, Kylan Tech with the, what is that thing, Jonah?
Pegasus.
Oh, it's the KY, the Kentucky 600 watt, baby.
You know what? Represent Kentucky, baby. We have standards with power supplies. Honestly, some lower than other creators because we do think these budget power supplies have a place in the market, but these right here are ones that we would normally avoid. Normally.
Yeah, these may not even really, they may not have a place. Like,
yeah.
When you don't have a rating at all, like we at least like to see 80 plus bronze. And at least like a good amount of reviews. This doesn't have a lot of reviews, but hey, it's newer. It has a QC pass 2025 of February, so it's not ancient.
It passed some QC, it's got that. So that's gonna be the most interesting part of it, to see if everything runs properly on this power supply. Now the last thing we have is the case, which, how would you pronounce that, Jonah? How would you pronounce the name of that case?
Boy.
So this is the Foy case. Foy, I don't know how to say that without it needing. Foy Fakeen. Okay, McAllister, bleep the first one. Foy Fakeen, here is what it's spelled like. This case was $70, comes with 3 RGB fans, 3.5 stars, does not come with any screws apparently is the reviews, which is a little bit weird, but we'll take a look at this case real quick, see what our canvas is gonna be for this build.
You know what shocks me more is that stuff like this has reviews. It's not just YouTubers buying it. Oh dude, it's like, was the Asus, like the AP12?
Wait, hold on, why
does it
kind of look like Thermalright's logo?
This Thermalright's is like, what, 3 squares, 2 squares, 4 squares? Oh,
so,
you're right, yeah.
So this feels like a, what, like a P30 almost? Like Zalman P30 in terms
P30.
of the length. And then you also have spot for 2 more fans here if you want to. So again, we're no stranger to no-name brand cases. I mean, of all the things in this video, these are the things you could easily buy and build budget PCs, save a lot of money, and get some really good price performance. I mean, a while ago, no one knew what Okinos was. No one knew what Thermalright was.
Number 1, baby.
So who knows? Foy could be next on the list. That's not the name, by the way. But now that we've seen everything, let's go ahead and build it, see if it blows up, play some benchmarks, and see if the no-name brand PC is something you should do at home. Probably not. I'll answer that question already. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that build montage with very cinematic B-roll. But what we have right here is the finished build, the generic PC. And you notice one thing about this that was kind of weird. It was the USB-C.
Oh yeah, the USB-C, which it does have. I made a joke about it. So it's literally like one USB 3 cable goes here and the other one goes to the USB-C, which I've never seen before. So it doesn't actually use like a USB-C motherboard header, it's just ran off the USB 3.
Now I know you're not getting the full USB-C like bandwidth, but these budget case manufacturers need to include something like that because we have a lot of those where you just don't have USB-C on the motherboard still, so kind of sucks. It did come with screws. Someone said it didn't come with screws, the case, and everything seems to be going all right. RAM and everything's pretty standard, motherboard's fine. I mean, this is a very small motherboard for this case, but overall, it looks like it works, and we did test. It does work. It's posted. It's got Windows going, but can it game, and will that power supply hold up under gaming loads? Let's find out.
All right, guys, we were playing some Call of Duty Warzone on our generic PC, so we really couldn't find a whole lot of generic games. Not that you guys would know how they run, so we're gonna go name brand here, but we're running some 1080p, and we're currently on the balanced FSR preset, FSR 3. But yeah, basically just balanced.
And yeah, I figured this would be a good game to test because, again, we're just going to focus more on what specs we have. We're more of like an esports title PC nowadays, 5700 XT with this i3, so this being the more demanding of the esports titles. We're going to test it, and then we'll test Spider-Man later to see a AAA title.
Oh my goodness.
Oh!
Not today.
Now, for those who are worried about the bomb sitting very close to me, the power draw at home is currently 227 watts. So as long as, well, even the 12-volt rail is a little below that, we're still good within power range. But again, this power supply is working. Is it recommended? No, but it is working currently.
Oh my goodness.
Oh!
All right, we're still. Oh my god, wait, it's an enemy.
Yeah! What? What?
I actually I got you with the air support, fam. I cannot hit like my second shots. Oh my goodness. Oh! Wait, did I kill two?
Yeah! Did they both dead? Did they both die? He ruined your moment.
I know, dude. He really does he not know what I'm doing here on Bench Marcus?
Wow.
Okay? Now speaking of, do we have Bench Marcus coming
No
up?
Bench Marcus. We got Spider-Man. You guys have to wait till the next one. Subscribe for Bench Marcus. Next game.
Bench Marcus.
All right, guys. This is my second time playing Spider-Man 2 because, of course, this generic PC just wants to be a little bit difficult. And we're going to start off in the settings I ended up switching to. This is 1080p low settings, which I will pause real quick and show you guys. Display settings, 1080p low with FSR set to quality. And the FPS is actually getting a little bit better. Before, we were waiting for things to load in. We were getting dips below 60 very frequently. But now, on these settings, we're getting close to maintaining that 60 FPS mark. And I'll be honest with you, this will be more interesting for you guys than the car chase that I just did that I did not record.
This is a full-blown fight.
This is a full-blown fight against these darn kids. Kids in their boom booms nowadays, crazy. And guns, and ARs.
Oh! I wouldn't like this when we were kids.
No. Oh! Don't die, man. Oh! Oh!
I mean,
Gonna web me too? Whoa! Whoa! We're getting crazy cutscenes now. You done with this guy yet? This guy's pissing me off. Hello? Finally, my goodness. All right, well, you know what? I almost died there, but that's fine. And the FPS is decent enough. I will say, again, this is a AAA title that's really pushing that i3 and the 5700 XT. Both don't have any, well, I say both. The GPU would be the one. The GPU has no ray tracing support. CPU doesn't either. But the GPU doesn't have ray tracing support. So any modern AAA title that forces ray tracing, it's going to struggle a bit, regardless if it's generic or not. The 5700 XT is going to have those problems. The performance is acceptable, I think, for this price point. Is it the best price performance PC we've ever built? No, but we got to run some built-in benchmarks to actually see what our price performance is when we get our 3D Mark score, our cent per point, and everything. But it's not the worst either, and considering all generic stuff off of Amazon, it's not that bad. The power supply, I wouldn't trust, but everything else seems to be holding up just fine. Let's run those built-in benchmarks and wrap this video up real quick.
Well, we made it this far and the PC did not blow up. We haven't seen any smoke, we haven't seen any fire, and it actually gamed pretty decent for the price.
But we decided to test this PC in a couple other titles, including a new benchmark tool in Marvel Rivals, which is actually pretty cool, so you guys will be able to see that for future benchmarks here on the channel. First up, we ran Rainbow Six X at 1080p high settings with an average of 234 FPS, the brand new Rainbow Six Siege update. We also ran Marvel Rivals 1080p medium settings with FSR, got an average of 62 FPS with a 1% low of 44.
And for 30 mark time spot, we got a score of 7,773, which is an 8 cents per point score, which is pretty decent considering none of these parts really have any name to them. But overall, we want to know what you guys think down below. Would you actually trust some no-name brand parts, or are you sticking with all the name brands?
If you happen to want to buy any of them, I wouldn't recommend the power supply. I probably won't put an affiliate link there just for that reason, but some of those other stuff for certain use cases might make sense. So check those links down below. They will be affiliate links. They will help us out.
But as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
So once we throw a new power supply in this and then do some QC on this PC, it will be for sale at PCBros.tech.
PCBros.tech. We sell the gaming PCs and other tech stuff we feature here on the YouTube channel at great prices with a warranty. Well, this may not, but some of the stuff may come with a warranty. Depending on the price, it's gonna be very competitive. Use code ToastyBros on checkout to save 3% on your next purchase. See you guys later. Goodbye.